Today, we will once again take a look at interesting footage that captures a moment. Here's how Ukrainian relentlessly FPV drones take out entire Russian troops near Avdiivka. Ukraine has become increasingly reliant on drones to carry out its military actions against Russian targets, while Ukraine is developing artificially intelligent drones with the financial help of a UK-led drone coalition. Since the beginning of the Russian invasion of the Eastern European country, unmanned vehicles have been increasingly used by both Moscow and Kyiv's troops to hit enemy targets. Ukraine's defense ministry believes its naval drones managed to strike the once powerful Russia's Black Sea fleet at a ratio 1:10 in the context of price. The AI nature of the drones being developed will consist of an image recognition targeting system allowing for the vehicle to reach the target without being fully piloted and making it harder for Russian defense systems to strike them down. Moreover, the system would allow pilots operating the drones to stay further away from the front line, according to Katerina Chernohorenko, Ukraine's deputy defense minister. This project drone was developed as a joint venture alongside members of the £1.2 billion scheme, the official explained, and was backed by more than £200 million in Western finance from a drone capability coalition being spearheaded by Britain and Latvia. Explaining how these drones will change operations, told The Telegraph, "The great challenge is the last mile of engagement, taking into account that more and more individual electronic warfare systems are available. Our drones should be more effective and should be guided towards the target without any operators. It should be based on visual navigation, and we also call it last-mile targeting, homing in according to the image." This groundbreaking drone would still require to be handled by troops during the phase of the launch and piloted for the first part of the flight. However, about a mile before the target, the AI would take over the drone, making it harder for Russia to disrupt the signal linking the vehicle to the pilot. A Ministry of Defense spokesman told the UK news outlet, "We are leading the way in providing lethal aid to Ukraine, including over 10,000 drones, which can attack targets at sea as well as on land, provide surveillance and our first-person view." The UK is also a joint leader of the Drone Capability Coalition, which is supplying thousands of drones to Ukraine which have proven highly effective on the battlefield. The development of the Ukrainian drone program is particularly important at a time when uncertainty surrounds the level of support the US can provide Kyiv now. While amid a delay in the approval of a multi-billion military aid package, and following the November presidential elections, and in recent months, drones have also been used to hit targets outside of Ukraine's internationally recognized borders. While Kyiv rarely claims responsibility for military actions inside the Russian territory, sources at its intelligence department have claimed the war-torn country was behind some of the many drone attacks launched on Russian oil refineries and factories. On the other hand, it also shows new footage appears to show a Ukrainian strike on an advanced Russian electronic warfare (EU) system in the south of the war-torn country, as both sides push on with hunting key drone and counter-drone assets along the front lines. Ukraine apparently targeted a Russian Leer-3 EW system in Ukraine's southern Zaporizhzhia region, which is partly controlled by Moscow's forces. The video, which looks to have been posted by a Ukrainian serviceman and then shared on social media, is attributed to airborne drone specialists with Ukraine's 129th Territorial Defense Brigade. Drone warfare, and the technology to counter the uncrewed vehicles, has been a fast-developing and crucial race between Russian and Ukrainian forces in the more than 25 months of war. Both sides have attempted to disable the other's EU systems that can interfere with the targeting of drones. Reconnaissance drones located the Russian EU system, guiding an artillery strike carried out by Ukrainian-operated Heimers, or High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, Ukrainian military-focused outlet, reported on Monday. The Lear-3 is a drone-based EU system that uses Russia's Orlan-10 uncrewed airborne vehicles to disable cellular networks and allow the Russian military to send fake messages to subscribers, according to a US military website. The system can block adversary mobile phones while still allowing its own phones to function. The Lear-3 uses a 6-wheel truck as a command and control post, coordinating 3 of the Orlan-10 drones fitted with jammers. Moscow has used the Lear-3 against Ukrainian troops, Russia's defense ministry has confirmed. Ukraine has been using Heimers since the summer of 2022, and the US has sent 39 Heimers to the country since February 2022, according to Pentagon documents. The Ukrainian military has often published footage it says shows Heimers carrying out successful strikes on key Russian assets. Last month, Ukraine's special forces said its fighters had destroyed a Russian Palantin EU system in the Zaporizhzhia region using an artillery system after Ukrainian reconnaissance drones located it. Military reported at the time that Ukrainian forces used a Heimers in the strike. Fighting in Zaporizhzhia has rumbled on despite a focus further north along the eastern front lines in Donetsk and Russian attacks up to the Kharkiv city of Kupiansk. Fighting continued in the west of the region on Monday, but there were no confirmed advances on either side. According to the US think tank, the Institute for the Study of War, ISW, and clashes were reported near the Zaporizhzhia village of Robotyne, the think tank said in its latest update. Ukraine reclaimed Robotyne from Russian control in its summer 2023 counter-offensive, but Russian forces have borne down on the village ever since. Limited fighting was reported around the Donetsk village of Staromayorsky, next to the border with Zaporizhzhia, the ISW noted, while on Tuesday, Ukraine's military said Russia had launched 2 attacks around Staromayorsky in the previous 24 hours.